You can turn off sound.
So I'm still waiting on clarification. Evan did get on the phone with me, but he's putting a call. Jeff is in a meeting, but he's gonna put in a call to Spencer, so he'll let me know by 10 o'clock.
I mean,
It should be in there.
it should be in there.
But I want to double check before we sign off.
Right. Right.
I want to make sure it's coming out of the right pot of money.
Right.
I mean, it would go towards our in-kind if that's the way it needs to be, but if it can be split between our,
I don't think
by
it
the
should be
formula.
in-kind. I think that should be a part of their whole deal.
we're still part of, it still has to go
That
with the
should be a
formula.
part of the bid.
Right. If we submit it like regular reimbursement, we will still have a small portion of it, not the full 1,800.
Okay, thank you.
It'll be split between MoDOT, CDBG, and our in-kind, like it has been, based on the formula. But I wanted clarification. They're supposed to let me know by 10 o'clock, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
If it's $5,000 to do this, then it should be in that $5,000.
Right.
You know, you can put socks and shoes on the bare feet, you'll still have bare feet.
Amateur night.
Amateur night. We got amateur night. It's a comedy club.
Amateur night at the comedy club.
You hear what Jimmy said? Did you hear what he said? You didn't hear what Jimmy said?
Sorry, Jimmy.
It was just a joke. It's just like, you can put shoes and socks on a bear's feet, but he'll still have bare feet.
Okay.
That's why I said amateur night.
Okay.
Yeah, open mic.
The open mic night, yeah.
I can't say that. This is too people for me.
My sister posted that on Facebook. I seen that, I thought that was funny.
Okay.
I mean, I just feel that even though Mayhew did the beginning of this and they took it over, they're responsible for it. It should be theirs.
Alright.
Okay.
No, I mean, just because Mayhew did the basic design of it, doesn't mean that they get to use everything that he did. When you take over a project, by right, they should have started at the beginning. So whatever they use the Mayhews is great, but it's not his responsibility to do it anymore.
Well, like if I take over, I mean, I've taken over a house on plumbing one before, but I usually go in and I look at it and I go through everything on what's got to be done and I ask them what's got to be done, then I take it over. If I miss
Right.
something, I eat it. I have to.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just like at the garage. You know, when I worked at the garage, people bring cars in, they had them to every dealer in the country, had them to every garage in the country, and they didn't tell you that. They just brought it in and said, hey, doing this.
It's best to wait because they're gonna be busy with her getting home ready. No, that's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. 'Cause I don't know if Bob's selling on the phone. I don't know. You would think they would.
Sheriff, as long as you're here, I'm going to be sending the jail a request for the 2 mug shots that you put on the missing person thing. I'm going to be spending time upstairs going through what they did that you're hunting for them on. I know both names are frequent flyers. The mug shots you have blue tint on them, and I'm sure you understand that I'll want a better mug shot.
Yeah. Go down there and get it.
Yep, will do.
You have my blessing.
I understand. I understand. Just alerting you that if you get people saying, why is there wanting better mug shots, the reason why is they were blue tinted.
Did something happen at the spring yesterday?
In Waynesville?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, there's something happened, there was something happened over in West Waynesville that turned out to be, I don't know what.
Well,
Daryl
there were some state divers or highway patrol divers down here at the spring.
Oh, was
Were
it?
they just training?
Yeah,
Could have been training.
I know they're putting a dye in the river.
Oh, yeah.
A red dye in the rivers, because I heard that over the news. They're putting a dye in the river every 2 miles or
Supposedly had
something.
an active shooter yesterday, it turned out, I guess, not to be an active shooter, I don't know.
It wasn't active.
Previous day, but yeah.
Tuesday.
That was
That was that Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been busy.
yeah, because they staged a 4 days office down there.
Yeah.
I talked to Jay. Yeah. So there was a lot of excitement going on, and he didn't really know what was happening, so.
Nobody's laughing. Nobody's
No.
been shot at.
Am I correct, this is the second-degree domestic assault charge that got filed yesterday?
No, it shouldn't have been. It should have been an unlawful use of a weapon.
Okay. Only one charge got filed yesterday, that's why I was asking. And the previous day, the only charge that got filed was a child support thing. Of course, we all know he may have had outstanding warrants, and you may be holding him on that stuff.
Sure. And shooting by a roadway, it's 2 charges, but I don't know what, after it leaves us, I don't know what happens up there until it comes
Understand.
down.
And as long as you can get him held, it doesn't make a lot of difference if you hold him with something else.
Right.
They were running an active shooter. He got charged. What, did he discharge a weapon? Is that
He
what-
discharged a weapon
Oh.
in Hunter's Point.
Down below on Saffron. The one in Hunter's Point.
That's what I consider
Hunter's Point area.
area. Yeah, Hunter's Point's way to the right.
Everything starts up the hill.
Yeah.
Is it part of the Hunter's Point NID that you guys maintain the
I
road?
don't think that's in the mid.
It is not in the near.
That's not
Okay.
in the mid.
That's why I'm asking. Okay.
Like, what is that first road to the right, or off of Sandy?
Yeah. Well, this is within visible distance of the
Yeah.
Mocha Head Start office. I was out there.
Skyview.
Skyview. Skyview.
Skyview on the west side. This is Hunter Ridge on the east side.
Yeah. You
Off
got
the White
more?
Highway. Hunter's Ridge is off the White Highway.
Yeah. Hunter's
got-
Point's
Hunter's
off the
Point
highway.
is on our side.
You got more?
But they got the, I think
Yes.
they
What's
got
that?
Hunter's Ridge Apartments.
There?
I
No,
don't
it says Hunter's
Second.
Point apartment. They're off Skyview. It says Hunter's Point apartment.
Yeah, and it's Blue Heron Apartments over there.
That
isn't
one
it?
is Blue Heron. On this side, on that side, closest to us, it's Blue Heron apartments. And that's what Saffron's off of.
Okay, so
Up the hill.
on
Yeah.
this Bunker Road deal,
by the
so
school, by the
it's
school.
going to be included. I've made a note that it was removed as far as this line goes. So we just need to sign off. I believe he was out there staking yesterday.
Well, I'll let you go if you can do that. Yeah,
Are you good with that?
You good with that?
I'm here.
Yeah, as long as it was included.
Yeah, we're good. It's removed, so.
Need to make a motion.
Yep. Yeah, and he's actually out there, he's taking part of it Monday, I know.
Oh, okay. And he may still have some. Evan had just got back in the office, so he wasn't sure how far along he was.
Are you good with me signing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Mom's calling possibly saying.
Yeah, as long as it was in our original bid, and I understand we gotta pay our part still, but as long as we can get reimbursed for our other parts of it, I'm good with that, because that's the way it all is.
Can you come up?
Yeah, it's just been removed, so we're good.
Okay. 10-4.
I am.
There you go.
Thank you.
I don't know that she can remember.
And you were able to get a hold of Spencer.
I did not talk to Spencer. I still talk to our local engineers.
Thank you.
Yep.
another bid. It's not legal yet.
Who knows?
It's not legal yet. We have to have a third bid.
She can't remember the people visiting. She thinks no one's coming up to see her.
Just follow the state
I
rules.
don't know, Mom, I think it's gonna be one of
What are you
those.
gonna do?
Trying to go guilt trip on all of us.
State law, not
Well,
ours.
here, I recall that you had said something about.
Because I'll guarantee if I would sign off on that when the auditors come, the auditor would be hunting me down.
You.
He would hunt me down, not him. Yeah, exactly. They don't look for them, they look for me, because I'm the one signature.
Trust me, I know the feeling.
Oh, yeah, I know. Been down that road before years ago. I won't go down it again.
Yep.
One was, they had signed it. It should have been me signing it. And I never seen it.
No one's gonna be able to come up there today except Dad. He's not going up.
Anything
And I had one from you a long
He'll
time
go up
ago.
on
It actually come from you or Linda, I can't remember, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's gotta be over so much before you have to sign it. I forget what it is now. It's over so
And
much.
I just had him, I sent it back to Linda at that time and she went and got the other bid.
But let's,
We didn't get to that point, thank God.
Yeah.
I got it stopped before it got there.
Yep.
I mean, I've never had it get there other than the one time that the other commissioner signed it.
the only difference
I've never seen it. I go, I don't know what you're talking about, I've never seen that. You need to talk to that commissioner then.
Which is gone.
Yeah.
But Grandma didn't. Grandma was gonna get up and do it.
My job is really to try to keep them out of hot water. Or any elected official out of hot water, basically. And Dave helps me out. See, it kind of works in a chain.
And it's like,
We can't do it all.
No, you can't.
yeah, problem is, in this.
Slip by.
That's why I said read state statutes all the time to make sure I cover myself, cover me in the county.
That's why you go to the commission
And I go to conferences.
conference. That's why I go to sheriff's conference.
And some people go, well, you're mean, you're not doing it. No, I'm doing it because the state law says I have to do it.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Otherwise, hey,
I don't like paying fines.
I'm not being mean. I just don't want to have to answer to an auditor, or if a state highway patrolman comes in for an investigation, I don't want to have to answer to anything.
Right.
I want it right, I don't have to worry about it. I can go home at night and sleep. That's our job, that's what we're supposed to do.
Dad said, he understands it. That was gonna be my question. Because I know he'll get it expensive.
Well, you just have to be on the medical website.
Yeah.
We put that, wow,
But with that right there, it's
we'll get it on Facebook. Oh, they look, oh, sure, it's on here.
Yeah.
You already did.
Okay. Oh, have you? I figured you'd get 10 or 12 this
Now,
time.
if they could, and there's places.
First time we couldn't get-
Done it online, there's
Just
places
from a bunch of-
They have those options. It's just gonna come down to price. Depending on whether insurance and carriers cover it. Because they won't give you that information all the time. You can call and talk to them for schedule appointments. Or like give them some little bit of information. You know, something. So, that may be something. If Mom were to
Just
start.
got confirmation that there was no fire at Fort William.
Yeah.
Assistant chief just sitting with,
I mean, this is
Okay.
it's gonna be. I guess this is.
they want to see they're gonna fill it in that. And
Can you, since the assistant chief is contacting you, that might indicate that Chief Eureka might be out of town?
They're all watching, no, they're reading your sites, what they're
Okay.
doing. I know
Okay.
what they're doing. People are following your site.
who texted me a little bit ago. Yeah, usually Chief Yuriko gets back to me fairly quickly after these things. There's a reason I ping him. When he hasn't contacted me, it's usually because he's out of town. The reason I'm asking is if it's the assistant chief, I'm happy to talk to him if Chief Yuriko's not available.
Because I mean, the websites themselves don't give you a whole lot of information.
What?
The websites themselves don't give a whole lot of information, but I'm wondering, let me see.
Well, I'm on those.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes.
Share the-
Which position was that?
Emergency
Emergency
management.
management.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if you had any applications for that yet.
I suspect there'll probably be 10 or 12 worth over it.
Right.
And I did put a deadline of close of business on the 27th, which is tomorrow.
They may only get two.
We've had 2 turned in, and then we've had a couple more that have been submitted by Facebook.
Okay, I think you. Dave, right? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go over down here. All right.
Well, I mean, I guess we could.
I have another obligation, gentlemen, so I'm going to end the video now.
All right.